Alright, this is a John Deere D110 42 inch, and I'm going to show you how to put a deck belt on, which is that right there, without even pulling the deck off. So this is how the deck looks, and we're going to try to beat the rain and do this, but this is a E110. It's the same as a D-E-L-A-L. If the deck looks like this, then this is a video for you. Let me get my phone situated here. There we go. Alright, so we got super zoom out on. And first thing I'm going to do is pop these covers. They're all 10mm on these covers here. I could use battery ratchet, but I'm going to do this with just common hand tools. That way y'all can see how easy it is. And ignore the noise in the background. I do run a repair shop. Currently do run a repair shop. So you got another bolt way back here, which I can't get the camera to. But it's up against this pulley. You can just go off the positioning of my ratchet. Alright, so there's one spindle cover. Let's go to the other side. This side's a little more tricky for me to show. There's a bunch of dirt and junk on here too. Always keep the top of your mowing deck clean, because it can rot them out. I gotta find that screw right here. Got a screw here and then one right across from it. Like I said, you just have to basic judgment on where the screw is. This cover should pop off. And what do we have with it here? Oh, this is the hard cover to get off. You don't have to take that link loose unless you want to, because it'll just pop right off. We got sticks. Someone needs to learn how to walk the yard before you mow. I got a bunch of dirt, which I'll blow that off after we put the belt on. So this belt is burned up. And what we got to do now is, while we're right here at the front, let's take it off of here. And we'll go to the other side and slip it off that guide. Alright, right here at the front, and we'll just pop this off. You don't need to take the guide loose or anything. And now it's off the front. Now if you pay attention, you got two other pulleys. One right here, one way over there. These nuts right here are 15mm. And note how this particular customer of mine has the belt rounded. It's incorrect. That's why it won't do nothing when you engage it. A long ratchet and a 15mm socket. And these can be tight, and you got to take them all the way off. Alright, now I'm not going to take this all the way off, even though I said you had to, but all you got to do is move it enough to get the belt from around it, and then it'll come off. Pull this back, get it out from under this guide. So in this case, I have to take it completely off because of how this belt is routed from the beginning, because it's wrong. Maybe not. No, okay, good, we're good. So now let's get this one loose. This one can be tricky. If it's on your engagement arm, it should pop loose, just like that. Alright, that should be enough, and this should just pop right up. Yep. So I don't know if it was recording or not, but I got the old belt off and talked about this pulley getting stuck, and I had to put a screwdriver under there and tap it with a hammer, and it popped right off. And I got the old belt off. This is the belt that I use. It's just a 1/2 by 104. It's got this big tensioner spring on it, and there's ways to adjust the tension on it. The correct part number is a GX20072. I will link that down below. It's always best to use the OEM size. This belt is a little bit thinner. The OEM belt is 17/32 width. Anyways, like I was saying, this belt is a hair bit thinner. There's really no difference between 17/32 and 16/32. 16/32 is a 1/2. I'm not going to bore you all with math. I don't like doing math, but I had to learn it. The length is this is about 1/2 inch longer. It's minuscule, but 1/2 by 104 is pretty much all I use, because there was a time during this year that I could not get the OEM belts, or the OEM size belts, from my distributor. All right, let's put this belt on. We're going to put it around like this. Try not to get it stuck on anything. Try to hook it around here best I can, which I'm not going to be able to. Alright, we're going to bring it around this one here like so. Keep it tight. Try to do this one-handed. Alright, it's in there. That was easy. Bring it around here. Lift up. Easy. Okay, so we got the belt around all the pulleys. This is how it's supposed to look. Before we put it back on the motor, we're going to tighten up the 2 idler pulleys, and then we'll talk about the belt covers and why they're important. So, we'll quit talking and we'll get this finished. Make sure that's around there like that. And another quick tip is check your pulleys. You want to make sure that the ones that the belt rides in, this is the inside of this belt is your V, the outside is your flat. This is a V pulley, you can kind of see. This is a flat idler. This is a static idler, stationary, meaning it don't move. That is your tensioner, meaning it moves. Now, if you do choose to take these pulleys all the way off, you can put anti-seize right on this bottom of the piece that it fits on. The next time you have to change belt, trust me, there will be a next one. It'll come off way easier. These are lock nuts, so Loctite is not necessary. Get them nice and tight and make sure they still spin. Pulleys are going to have a little back and forth play. This one's getting kind of sloppy, but if yours is like really sloppy, change it. But today's quality of parts, they don't last long, and this particular machine was manufactured in 2020. Alright, that pulley is down. Ratchet's in the right direction. Now, if you don't have a long ratchet, the short one will work. I mean, I'm using basic tools that every homeowner should have, like a regular old cheap tool set will work. I mean, you don't need snap-on stuff like I have, but I run a shop. Alright, this is getting tight. Alright, let's give it, there we go. Now we're going to talk about spindle covers. This is your spindle cover on a John Deere. This acts as your belt keeper. This metal piece here and here. But the thing is, you can't run this without belt keeper, or the spindle cover on, because your belt won't stay on. Because see, it'll fly right off. Alright, so to put this on, we're just going to pinch the belt, watch it fall on, line up our holes, get our bolts put in. I'm not going to use this. Alright, we're going to put the belt around the front pulley. It's the same on either side. You just kind of hook it in that belt keeper like that. Roll it around and make sure it is in the keeper. There we go. Alright. Now all I've got left to do, is put that spindle cover on. I don't want to blow all this off. And that is how you put a deck belt on a E110, D110, LA110, LADE 100 series 42 inch with a manual engagement. Hope this saved y'all a lot of frustration. Repair shops right now are completely booked, and that is why I've done this video, to help people. Alright, hope y'all learned something. I will put a parts list and everything down below. I'm going to clean this off, get that cover back on here, and move on to the next one. Another happy customer. See you on the next one. Bye for now.